All right, here we go. Let's have a look at the second half of the fraction booklet. All right, starting on this page, what you need to do is you need to make yourself 4 paper circles. Okay, so do your best to try and draw a circle. 4 circles, cut them out, and so you're ready for this task. And then you need to follow the instructions, A, B, and C. One of them, you leave it whole. The second one, you fold it in half. And the third one, you fold it in half and then half again, just like the girl has there, okay? So it'll fold down like that. Then you need to cut the labels on the side and you need to match them. 1/4, 1/2, and 1 whole. Match them and you can glue them onto your circles. You don't have to glue them on the sheet, you can glue them on the circles. Then after that, you need to have a think about what happens if you fold a circle into half and then half again, then half again. How many equal parts do you have? How do you write it as a fraction? So, as I said before, you need 4 circles. You've used 3 of them already. Okay, you've left one as a whole, you've folded one in half, and you've folded the other in half and half again. Now, with your 4th circle, you need to fold it into half, then fold it half again, which would make quarters, and then half again. Then unfold it all, and see how many equal parts do you have. What fractions do you think this will be? All right, let's have a look at the next task. Farmer Joe has 12 chickens in his barn. Half of his chickens are black and half are white. They all like their own special laying spot. Here is one way Joe could set them up. So he's got on top, he's got the 6 white chickens, and below he's got the 6 black chickens, because half of 12 is 6. So that's one way he could set them out. Your job is to go to the next page and see a different way he could set them out. So option 1 here, you need to colour half of them black and half of them white in a different pattern, okay? So he has already set them out where all the white ones are up the top and all the black ones are down below. You need to see if you can put them in a different laying spot. So you need to go through options 1, 2, 3, and 4 and see if you can colour half of them in black and leave half of them white and put them in a different order in a different laying spot. And then you need to go back up here and you need to answer these questions. You need to answer, how will you know you've coloured half each time? So have a think about it. After you've coloured these in, how will you know you've coloured half? How will you know you have found all the different ways? Okay, so it says you might need 2 copies. I'm happy if you just stick with 1 copy and do 4 different ways. Do you think there's other ways that you can put the chickens? Do you think you can set them up in different laying spots? All right. All right, if you found that chicken problem a little bit confusing, we can discuss it on WebEx, just sing out. Let's have a look at the next task. Now you need to draw pictures to help you solve these Grand Prix problems. Okay, Grand Prix is car racing. So here is half of the prize. On the left-hand side of that dotted line, there's 4 pieces of gold there. So there's half the prize. On the other side, you need to draw the other half of the prize. So you would copy that, because it would be exactly the same. Okay, this half is 4 pieces of gold. So this half would be 4 pieces of gold. You need to draw the 4 pieces of gold. And then how many pieces of gold are in the whole prize? You count them up all together. All right, this is half the flags of the race. So half the flags are already drawn. So you need to draw the other half of the flags there. Then you need to write down how many flags are at the race. This is 1/4 of the cars on the track. 1/4. So in each square you need to draw a quarter. And because it's going to be equal, they're all going to have 2. In each box there'll be 2 cars. This is 1/4 of the pit crew. Okay, the pit crew are the guys who change the tyres and look after the car. Okay, so there's 1 man is 1/4. So you just need to copy that in the other boxes as well. How many people are in the pit crew altogether? All right, this last task just involved some quick counting by halves. Now it asks us to use paper circles. Now if you have paper circles, you can use them. Otherwise, you can just use a piece of paper. You need 2 pieces of paper, okay? So we'll replace these circles with rectangles. And all I want you to do to start with is cut your 2 pieces of paper in half, okay? Now, what you need to do is count by halves. So if you start with 1/2, if you start with 1 piece of paper, you now have 1/2. If you put the other half back together, you have 1 whole piece of paper. If you get another half and put it next to it, much like the circles are here, you have 1.5. And if you put your final half piece of paper there, then you have 2 whole pieces of paper, okay? So that's just some quick counting by halves. Starting with 1/2 of a piece of paper, then adding another half, so you have 1, and then you add 1 more half, and then you have 1.5, and then you add another half, and then it brings you to 2, okay? So if you were counting by halves, you'd go, if I was to go further than 2, I would say 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, and so on if I was counting by halves. All right. And that is the end of the fraction booklet.